Hello, so you want to play Stitches today? And I'm not going to play him like exactly play him like I've done in other casts, but I'm going to go through a replay that of a game that I had last night, and I think it was rather good. And I want to show how I been playing with Stitches. So first of all, I'm just gonna show who Stitches is really. Stitches is a big abomination guy from the World of Warcraft franchise. He was introduced in World of Warcraft, as you can read in the backstory right here. He is to be found in Duskwood. It's a low-level area in World of Warcraft, and if you ever play World of Warcraft, you basically on Horde side, I think you would have encountered Stitches there, wandering the roads of Duskwood. Pretty scary guy, really. Go check him out in World of Warcraft if you have an account. He's a pretty cool guy there. But anyway, let's just go over the basic abilities of Stitches. But before I do that, you might have noticed on the forum that a lot of people are crying about Stitches being overpowered and such. And during this video, I'm going to tell you how I would counter Stitches. Because a lot of people are actually annoyed about one of his ultimates, this one that's called Gorge, where he eats an enemy hero. And on level 20 he's able to eat 2 arrows, and he's really great at pacifying an enemy hero during a hero fight in a match. So I can see why people think this is overpowered to instantly take out a minion and take him behind your own line and easily nuke down this hero that you gorged. And well, one of the basic attacks that people have been talking a lot about that they might think is overpowered is the hook, this grappling hook, where you can pull an enemy hero towards you. It's pretty good, and I'll always show you why it's good. The second one is basic of his basic abilities is Slam. An area of effect. It's kind of a cone effect in front of Stitches that damage all enemies in an area. And the Devourer, you damage an enemy and restore health, so this is kind of a damage heal ability. His trait is Wild Gas. When striking, emits a cloud of damages the enemies. It's like Wild Gas. Looks like some pile of goo that remains on the ground and that damage enemy heroes that engage on this. His rogue ability is Putrid Bile. You rarely see this on Stitches above level 4. Most people are going for Gorge here. But Putrid Bile, he emits piles that slow and damage enemies in a path. So it's like he's pooping all over the ground, and you step in it, you take damage and are slowed. But Gouge is the ultimate rogue ability, if you ask me. As Stitches, you imprison an enemy inside your stomach for a short time. This talent, I don't want to go into the talents right now. I wanted to do it when I show you the replay. And the skins for Stitches, yeah, King Stitches right here, Master Stitches, and Chainsaw Stitches, and Chef Stitches. So, well, let's just go into... oh, that was not the one I wanted to use. Well, I guess I can just show you the abilities of Stitches, really. No, I don't want to. I'm gonna show you in the replay. So let's just go back here and watch and Stitches on Sky Temple right here, which is the new map that got introduced in the beta. So I'm the one playing Stitches and I'm on the red team right here. Yeah, there I am. Let's just speed it up so the game will begin. And as far as I remember, we quite dominated the enemy team on this one. They had some bad players, I think, but I will show you right now when the game starts here. So what people usually do in Sky Temple is march towards this beacon right here. And what I want people is to hide in the bushes right here. What they should have done, everybody on this map, when you play Stitches, you should just hide in the bushes right here. Or at least at this point location right here. I know you can't do it because it's blocked, but the bushes right here, and you should just gather up here. I could have hooked, let's say, Vala into this and easily just have nuked her down and got her first kill, because you can see the enemy team is quite split up. They're not really grouped and could easily be picked off one by one. But anyway, you can see right there. So if we all were gathered together right here, we would easily have been able to nuke down Vala very, very fast. But let's just go back into it. And I'm tanking with Stitches right now. Still on full health. And just marching forward. A lot of great damage by our team. I'm trying to just keep and stay in front here. I know I got Brightwing and Uther on me, so healing is not really an issue right now. So we can actually afford to just chase and hopefully, yeah, get Lily there by the hook. So, teleporting back. And let's just slow it again. Let's speed it up a bit.
It seems a hero has taken my advice.
So, the first 2 temples have been activated or are about to activate. If you don't know this map, the point of this map is to activate these temples, and the temples will shoot at the enemy fortifications. So where did I go? Where did I go? There we are. And hooked Falstad. This is why it's so great. You can easily pick out an enemy assassin off the fight. Usually it's a good idea to pick out the glass cannon. Notice these biles on the ground? Like I said, it was like puke thing on the ground. That's Stitch's passive ability. Or passive trait, as you may. And I actually died there. I think Brightwing tried to heal me as much as possible, but Uther was all out of mana, so there was really nothing to do. But they focused a lot on me, so that left the rest of my team available to just pick off the enemy heroes right there. During these temples, you can see the temple guardians will spawn and trying to take you out. They are really no big deal, so you can easily just take them out. It might be tough for a healer to pick them off, but beside that, it's quite easy. And Nova have free roam down here, and Nova is doing a fine job actually, just holding these off and still making the temple fire at the enemy fortifications. So Stitch is at full health. Let's see, will I be able to hook? I hooked Sonya. Ideally I would have hooked on Tyrande, and that was definitely the point.
The magic of the temple sleeps until I choose otherwise.
I think Stitches have a lot of aggro by... If you see Stitches, a lot of people will have respect for him. So Vela is about to die and Mela will survive actually. Uther a lot of mana right here. As Stitch is still holding the line here on full health. Good play by Nova right there. So chasing off Sonya, the grappling hook was on cooldown. I would have been able to hook her and we could easily have picked her off. The timer is all wrong. I think it's meshing up all times for all heroes. So again, try to be active all the time when you play a game of Heroes of the Storm. The worst thing you can do in Heroes of the Storm is not doing anything. Just do something, have lane presence, take a mercenary camp, or seek a fight. Or, yeah, be ready for any map mechanics. Just do something. Got this hard camp on 4 minutes, that's pretty good. We have 2 levels on the enemy team right now, so it's actually no big deal. I'm not sure if I didn't see Falstad right there. I guess I didn't, because Falstad is hiding in the bushes right here. I could easily have through Falstad and we could have taken him out, I think. I'm not going to focus too much on the other fights. I'm just going to focus a lot on Stitches right here. So what we're doing right now is getting lane presence at the lower lane right here. And luckily for us, there's a temple activating at the bottom. And the entire enemy team is fighting the rest of our team at the top lane, which makes it quite easy for us to take the lower temple right here. So let's just speed it up. No big deal, but let's just go over the symbol. You can see it's firing on the enemy fortifications, and you can even see it on the minimap right here. And the amount of damage dealt to the fortifications, it's quite heavy. So we're just fighting off these guardians of this lower temple, and we are not having any competition from the enemy team, which I don't know why. So we're going for an easy camp right here, also called a siege camp. Getting assistance by Brightwing. Taken down easily. No idea what Falstad is doing. Waiting for minion creep, I think. Yeah. So we're going to take this boss right here. I think Stitches is one of the best tanks. Stitches and Arthas, really. And I just scourged Tyrande. What I wanted to do is, I accidentally turned around. What I wanted to do is I wanted to place Tyrande inside the AoE effect of the boss right here, but I accidentally turned around, which means that I puked out Tyrande on the wrong side of the AoE effect from this boss camp right here. So that was actually a bad mistake by me right there. I didn't take full advantage of the situation right there, but anyway, it's no big deal. We will get this boss nice and easy. There we go. And Stitch is porting home to replenish his mana. Let's slow it down. Let's just go over the talents really quick here. So for Stitches, the first one I choose is Chew Your Food. Using Devour also heals you for 10% of your max health over 3 seconds. And Amplified Healing, I chose this one because we have 2 support guys on our team. This means that the healings that I received are buffed by 30%, so I'm practically unstoppable. The next one I chose is Tenderize. Basic attack slow enemy movement speed by 25% for 1.5 seconds. I think this is a really great talent in combination with Gouge, because you can Tenderize with a basic attack the enemy minion that you consumed, and he will walk very, very slowly, and you can easily chase him down if they try to run away. So, and yeah, it's Gorge that I chose right there. So let's just resume. So we have 2 temples. We have a lower temple and a mid temple activating. So me and Uther are going for the bottom temple right here. I'm not gonna pay attention to the top temple right now. I mean the middle temple. Let's just speed it up, since me and Uther are just going to fight off the guardians. I can't remember. Yeah, we have Lily engaging right here. So I gouged Lily. And we got Falstad coming. It's no big deal, really. We can chase them off easily, even when we're fighting these guardians of this temple. But we're actually getting assistance from Brightwing, which makes it a lot easier for us. You can see the enemy heroes right here, they're really low on mana. Nova eventually comes in from our team, and Sonya tried to assist his teammate, but at what cost? Yeah, 2 dead heroes. And they were like 2.5 level behind, so that was pretty bad of them. But they had to do something about it. They couldn't ignore it, but they couldn't do anything about it.
Return to your war, heroes.
So I respect that Val can take this siege camp all alone, getting helped by Brightwing right there. So I'm going for their hard camp. It's a bit of a gamble because, well, I'm 3 levels ahead, so I don't really fear a gank. And my mana's okay, I got Uther on my tail here, so there's nothing to fear actually. And right now I can conclude that most of the enemy team is fighting in the lower lane against my team. This gives us plenty of time, even though our damage is really low, so we can easily take this hard camp. You might say that I need to assist the team. It's always a matter of making a choice whether you have to go and engage alongside your team. You can see 2 of our heroes are dead, but still it's no big deal. We got 2 levels on them, we got a hard camp pushing. And those kills, it doesn't really matter that much. So we're going for our own hard camp right here, so let's just speed it up. Nothing fancy about it. So we got 2 hard camps pushing the top right now, and the enemy teams just seem to ignore it. They rather seek the hero fight down at the bottom right now. Let's just take a peek here. Yeah, nothing fancy really. Brightwing and Val are doing a great job. To me and Uther are going for the top lane right here. And the top table. So Falstad came in, let's just consume him. You can see I gouged him, and I try to take advantage of the map as I gouge a hero, since it's just me and Falstad right in this situation. Uther is a bit behind. I try to take the hero that I consumed and put him in a corner where he can't escape. Even though it's Falstad, he can use his wing buffet, I think it's called, where he just dashes forward. He can dash over enemy heroes, so you will see that he's trying to do that. But it takes some time for him to realize that he can do that. What he doesn't know is that Uther is right there and stuns him, and he can't do anything about it. So we got this upper temple, nice and easy. They're fighting for the lower temple. Enemy team actually managed to activate it for a short time, even though it's not a problem for us. So we will easily take these 2 temples and have them fire on the enemy fortifications again. Nice and easy. So Uther and me as Stitches are applying a bit of pressure on the top lane. We can easily see there is no enemy presence on the top lane. We still have about 2 to 3 levels on the enemy team. So it's no big deal. Our own team can do fine against them. So we simply ignored this watchtower. You could have gone for it, but we wanted to go 8 our team right now. Since we've been out of the fight for some time, the enemy team is quite overextended. They kind of forget that we're not in the fight. So what we're going to do here is trying to ambush them and get some easy pickoffs. We should actually have gone this way around over here. It would have been a lot easier. The other good thing about Stitch's ultimate, the gouge thing, is that when an enemy hero uses his ultimate, his or her ultimate, and it's an ongoing ultimate, like you saw Lily using her ultimate that heals in an AoE area thing. I can't remember what it's called. When you gouge her, this ultimate is cancelled out. So Stitches is also good for cancelling out ultimates like that. And there we go. And Lily bites the dust. So we can easily go for the the boss camp right here. Not sure if the enemy team is kind of flaming each other right now, since you can see Sonya is quite inactive right there. I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she's waiting for her teammates. The least she could do is try to avoid us and really get some lane presence to get the XP that they're behind. She's trying to right now, actually. So picking off the boss camp for a second time. You may notice that we're playing it really safe. If you're not playing it safe, sometimes things can just turn bad for you, and the fight itself can just turn around in the enemy team's favor. So I am going for the upper temple. There's only 1 temple opening at this time. Uther instantly coming to assist me. The same with Brightwing. I think Vala will join us in a second, or at least try to get some laning XP, since there's no use of Vala on the temple right now. Right now we are kind of overrepresented at the temple, since it's really overkill to have 2 support and 1 tank at the temple right now. Brightwing or Uther should be doing something else really, as there's no contestants from the enemy team at this point. It's quite easy. You can see Brightwing just teleported to Vala to aid her in the fight. Let's just slow it down a bit. Great stun by Uther. And easy to pick off. Will I be able to hook? Yeah. And hook and consume on Tyrande right there. So what I did right here is that when the gouge expired and I puked out Tyrande, I tried to run back because the obvious point of an enemy hero that got consumed is to run back towards her own base. So I really just tried to counter that. Especially good when you're fighting against Valor or Tigers or similar heroes that can use a dash ability to quickly escape. They will just dash into you and you can just basic attack hit them and they will be slowed from your basic attack. So what we're doing here is just doing a simple push on the core as there are 3 enemies dead, so it's quite open for us to do. And that was a bad grappling hook right there. I'm not really taking any damage and I still got 2 supports on me and we got Valor with us, so it's no big deal. So what we're doing right here, let's just pause it. You saw that we were going back and you might think, oh, why would they go back? For no obvious reason. Well, the reason is that when we are in this place, people on the enemy team tend to follow you as they think you're disengaging because your team is afraid to lose. That means the enemy team, which is the blue team, will try to just chase a bit. That means they overextend themselves a lot. They still got 3 people dead. That means that the enemy team will follow us and we can easily just turn around really quickly. Like we have this line of 4 people right here, so we can easily take down these 2 heroes if I were not to miss that hook. But the point of this tactic is simply a tactical retrieve to just turn around and do another attack. Sadly, I wasn't able to save Valor there. I mean Nova. If I haven't missed my first hook right there, we would have been able to win this fight off again. So right now it's a big back and forth. The front line here is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit out of order because you can see Valor right here is quite exposed. But the good thing is that Valor and Falstad on the enemy team is quite low on health too, and low on mana, and she still have, all Valor still have Brightwing by her side, so... Well, I think what the enemy team quite forgot was that they were quite low on health and mana as we were, but we have 2 support and we do have 2 levels ahead of them, so it's no big deal. And I just got Tyrande right there with the grappling hook, fighting alongside Brightwing. I'm not sure. Yeah, got capped off by a Falstad right there. Not the best attack from our team, but the idea was good enough with the tactical retrieving. So we got an upper temple active right now. And we actually got the mid temple too here. Valor trying to handle the upper temple, but might be a tough fight for her. And me and Uther going for the mid temple should be easy enough for us. And Valor there too. So Uther and Nova taking care of this. I'm fighting off Tyrande right here with the assistance of Nova's triple tap. So you can see though at the red team, my team just hit level 20, so let's just go through the rest of the talents that I've chosen. The level 13 is Indigestion, using the also creates a rattling. Those are the small green slimes that you see around the map. The Shish Kabob hook can pull up to 2 targets. That was actually a wrong one. I wanted to choose the extended one that doubles the range of the hook, so this was a wrong talent. The alternative talent depends on the setup, is that you can choose to hook friendly heroes to get them out of dire situations. If they overextend themselves, you can pull them back. And the level 20 is of course the Hungry stages. You will be able to gouge repeatedly until the first target is built, duration increased by 1 second. Which is the obvious choice for your level 20 ability. So I'm going to engage on the upper temple right here, and What I'm doing wrong is that I'm just staying in this ultimate from Vala, so that is very, very bad of me. And I'm going to fall eventually. I got overconfident in that situation, and I paid the price for that one. No, we're doing a really good job here picking off the two heroes. And we got the last temple firing on the enemy core. And the enemy team is basically dead. They got Falstad around is about to respawn. Our team is trying to push, but they played safe, which I think is the best thing to do. What could go wrong is that the rest of this team, the 4 members from my team, could easily have rushed into the core trying to take it down. But stuff can go wrong when you do that, trying to backdoor the enemy core. And the game could have turned around. Even though we are pretty safe in regards to our own fortifications. And the game is about to finish. So what the team is doing right now is that they're basically just nuking down the enemy core. No point in focusing on the enemy heroes right now. And there we go. Yeah, red team wins. Well, I hope you enjoyed this cast of Stitches, and I honestly think that Stitches is not that overpowered. He's definitely one of the best tanks right now, and he's definitely part of the meta game alongside Arthas, I think. When we talk about warrior, in Chen actually. I think Chen and Stitches would be considered upper tier tanks right now, and Arthas might be considered in the second tier of current meta heroes. But if you wonder how you can counter that grappling hook, I think the best way you could do it is to simply have, if you have a hero on your team that are able to, let's say, spawn some kind of unit, you can easily, well, not easily, but you can pop that kind of spawn unit that your hero might be able to do in front of the hook if you're fast enough, and that grappling hook will pull that towards Stitches. But the best thing when you're fighting alongside or against Stitches, the best thing you can do is try to just keep moving around, because there's this hook thing. It doesn't travel that fast, and it can easily be dodged actually. Let's just go back. I just wanted to show you the speed of the hook. Oh, we gotta go a little bit further back. So let's just speed it up. I wanted to show you how fast this hook travels. There we go. So let's just see, you can... I'm choosing you to show the first part where I hook up on against Vala right here. You can see Vala is not actually pay attention. Vala actually moves back into my hook. That is the reason why I actually able to hook on to Vala right there. If Vala just stayed up here and not moved back, and you can even say that it's a bit lucky that I actually able to hook on Vala. She could easily have dodged it, but if, well, let's say Vala was able to spawn some kind of minion, Vala could easily have popped up a minion in front of it, and Stitches would have hooked that minion. The other thing you can do is try to fight alongside your own minions and just stand inside them and group up with them. When Stitches try to hook you from a distance, Stitches could accidentally hook a minion instead of you. And in regards to the gouge, try not to get close on to Stitches when you're engaging in combat with the rest of your team. Just try to keep your distance to him when he hits level 10, because you know he will eventually gouge one of your heroes. So just keep your distance to Stitches, never stand still, and you will be gouged. So if you keep that in mind, Stitches won't be that big a problem, and you will eventually see that you are able to really fend off Stitches in some way. But I still think that Stitches is a really good hero. So respect him when you see him on the battlefield. But leave a comment and please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this, and please ask any questions about Stitches, because he's a really great hero, so you should really play him. Take care now.